To Oracle Park, where Buster Posey is about to announce his retirement. He just stepped up to the podium. Let's listen.
My first instinct is not to run and get behind a microphone. But as I thought about what I wanted to say today, I realized that it's such a unique opportunity to publicly thank so many people that helped me get here, helped me stay here, and fulfill a lifelong dream, playing Major League Baseball. So first, I'd like to thank the woman sitting up here with me today. Kristen, most importantly, thank you for being an amazing mom to our kids. Thank you for the love and support from the first game to the last. It doesn't seem like it was that long ago that I remember you sitting at Lee County High School games with your dad, and then Florida State University, and then just a couple of years later, you were in the stands cheering with the rest of the Giants community as we won our first title. Thanks for being there with me to celebrate all the great moments. I think even more importantly, thanks for being there on some of the lower ones. You know better than anybody how hard sometimes I would take not performing the way that I wanted to. But your love and perspective about what was truly important helped me through those times. I know these years out on the West Coast will be some of our fondest as we look back on them, and I'm so excited to continue sharing life with you and watching our kids grow. Lee, Addie, Livia, and Ada, your mom and I are so proud of the people that you're becoming. We're so blessed to have kind, caring, and empathetic children. Being your dad is the greatest joy in my life. To my parents, thanks number one for just being great parents. Thanks for setting good examples and being role models. All of us as parents know there's so much that goes into that. So just thank you, number one, for being great parents. Thanks for the time spent at the hundreds of practices for me and my siblings, for teaching me the responsibility for caring for other people. Thanks for teaching me how to compete, how to handle victories, and how to handle the defeats. I'm not strictly talking about sports. Most importantly, thank you for giving me the foundation of knowing that baseball is a vessel that can be used to create wonderful memories and impact people's lives, but ultimately it's not what defines you. We're looking forward to having more time with all of you. To my team at CAA, Jeff and Marissa, for the last 15 years, we've had a relationship that have grown and blossomed because of the trust that we've all built between us. Kristen and I feel very fortunate to have had both of you a part of our team the entire way. Our business relationships have definitely turned into friendships that will last a lifetime. Thank you both for all your hard work and your loyalty. There's a group here that I've worked closely with over my years: Shayna, Bertha, Tess, and Matt. Thank you for all your behind-the-scenes work that doesn't get recognized a lot of times. Chris and I have both enjoyed getting to know all of you and cherish the friendships that have come from that. The Giants ownership, front office, coaches, and training staff. There's so many peoples and teams within the teams that help us players perform to our highest capability. There's no doubt that the success this organization has had the last 10+ years is a direct correlation to those people that I just mentioned. To the entire medical staff, without you, I might have been done 5 years ago. Gresh and A-Ray, thank you both for your friendship, for truly caring about players, for coming to work a lot of days before anyone else and leaving after everyone else has gone home. Nobody better than you guys. To the old crew, Boach, thanks for being here today. Whoa, thanks for being here. The Sabes, Bobby, thank you for being here. Rags, Billy, Yardy, Bam Bam. I have so many great memories when I think about all of you. Thank you for being leaders for such a long time. I know how fortunate I am to have spent the first 10 years playing underneath you. And like I mentioned with Gresh and A-Ray, thank you for caring about the people that work for you. All these great memories that we have together wouldn't mean anything if we didn't have great relationships. I think it's a big reason why the fans got behind all of our teams the way they did. They could see that the players and coaches that were taking the field cared about one another, and they wanted each other to succeed. Larry, Greg, Rob, thanks for hiring good people. Thanks for bringing great players to this organization. Thanks for always making an effort to humanize the players to the fans. It's probably something early in my career that I thought was a waste of time. And I didn't understand it. But as the years have passed, I realized just how impactful that can be. And if it impacts one person in a positive way, it's worth the time and effort. It's not something you realize when you first become part of a major league organization, but it doesn't take long to realize that some are better than others. This place here has always been a first-class operation. So to you guys sitting up here, thank you for your commitment to the team, but also to the community. Farhan, Scott, Cap, our time together was relatively short, but we experienced a lot together. Unfortunately, a global pandemic, but then fortunately followed by a record-setting season of 107 wins. I really enjoyed getting to know you guys. I know this organization is in great hands with you guys at the helm. So I've been blessed to play in a league that has the most talented baseball players in the world. It's a fraternity that I've watched from afar from the time I was 5 years old until I arrived in September 2009. And one of the greatest benefits that comes along with that is that you get to meet a lot of great teammates that have very similar interests as you do. You make certain friends throughout the years that you know will last beyond the game. I feel very fortunate to make some of those friendships over the years, and I look forward to them lasting for years to come. It'd be impossible for me to thank each and every teammate I played with, but I had the pleasure to not only play along supremely talented baseball players, but good men, good husbands, and good fathers. There are some teammates that I can consider mentors. There's some teammates that we have celebrated Thanksgiving with. There's some teammates that last year during the pandemic, we met over Zoom for a Bible study once a week. There are teammates that I've shared the joys and the hardships of life with. I'm truly grateful for these relationships. I understand the time commitment, preparation, and hard work that goes into being ready to play each and every day. So to all my teammates, thank you for the commitment that you made to our teams over the years. And lastly, to the fans. The last week to 10 days, I've been thinking, how do you thank a fan base? And the Giants fan base is more than just fans. It's a community. And that sense of community is something we as players could feel in the ballpark when we took the field each night. And I also hope it's worked the other way. I hope over the years you've been able to see in our teams a sense of pride that we've all taken in coming together each night and each day, working hard with a common goal and pushing each other along the way. And thinking back, oddly, some of the best times when you look back on them are the challenging times. When you're going through them, they don't tend to be very fun. But when you get on the other side of them, you realize that's when you've truly grown. I think that's one of the best things about sports, and hopefully something a lot of fans can identify with as well. Over the years, I've heard a lot of stories about what the Giants mean to different fans, or what baseball means to different fans. When I think back on those stories, there's usually one or two common denominators, and it's family and friends. When I was a child, one of my earliest baseball memories was of Sid Bream, a speed guy like me, of the Atlanta Braves sliding into home to beat the Pittsburgh Pirates in Game 7 of the NLCS to send the Braves to the World Series. To be able to share in the joy with my granddad that Christmas as he proudly displayed a picture of Sid Bream on his t-shirt, sliding into home just underneath the tag, is a memory I'll never forget. I'm sure there are kids out there today who have watched me play my entire career. They might actually be adults now. And there's parents and there's grandparents, aunts and uncles, nieces and nephews, cousins. They can still remember exactly where they were when Edgar Renteria hit the game-winning homer in Texas that led the 2010 San Francisco Giants to their first World Series title. Or when Sergio Romo stood on the mound, shook me off from throwing a slider, which still scares me to this day, and snuck a fastball past Miguel Cabrera to clinch the second title in 3 years. Or when Madison Bumgarner came out of the bullpen in Game 7 in Kansas City and 45,000 people went deathly silent, because they knew at that point the game and the World Series was over. Or maybe you remember where you were when Matt Cain stood on the back of the mound. He gazed up at the crowd, taking it all in before he recorded the final out of the first ever perfect game.
Buster Posey is hanging up his mitt after 12 years as a catcher with the San Francisco Giants. He is now officially retired from the team. Here now still speaking about some of his career highlights, those parts of the game that he will miss and that he will remember the most. He said that he has fulfilled a lifetime dream of becoming a professional baseball player. He thanked his wife, his children. He's a father of 4 now, also his parents, also thanking his teammates for their dedication to the game and the medical staff that has really put him back together after some what could have been career-ending injuries, and also spending some time there to thank the fans, saying he's been thinking about that part of his retirement speech for the past week to 10 days. So he's been mulling this over emotionally with his private inner circle for a little while. But officially now, Buster Posey has retired from the San Francisco Giants. We'll take a break and be right back.